Hello everybody, welcome back. I am Tinker77. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to build this iron golem farm. It's a very simple farm except for getting the villagers, which I talk about later on. But basically, it creates iron golems. Iron golems will spawn. They will then go into a kill mechanism of lava, and their drops will come down here. So the drops are poppies and iron ingots. So it's very slow, but it works. So as an iron golem spawns, it should drop into the hole. I'll just fly in there so you can see. So they'll spawn anywhere where this water is, and they'll be pushed into the lava and die. Okay? So I don't see any example of it running, but I'm sure we will find some during this process. So let's get started doing this build. To start out, we're going to have a 1x1 block. Now, on top of that, you put a chest. Typically, these iron farms are either floating or sometimes they're on the ground. But so for this, I'm just going to get rid of the block, and now we have this chest. What you want to do is you want to put 4 hoppers going into that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you want to have 3 hoppers on going into these 3 here. 1, 2, 3, and same thing over here. Oops, wrong button. 1, 2, 3, and that's where it's going to be catching the drops from the iron golems. Now what you want to do is you want to put a ring around it. Excuse me. So you're going to want to put, I put glass so I can just see what's going on, and I put 3 around it. See how I'm doing that? Okay. And you want this to be 3 high. Actually, you don't have to have it be quite that high. What you can do is, and I'll just do it a different way here real quick, is that you can put a ring around it with like this will be the layer that the iron farm will be started off at. But basically, yeah, so you have a little tube in here. Now what you go inside, I want you to put signs. And what you can do is you can put signs on all the walls, or you can shift and click onto the signs and put them on there. As long as you have a sign in all the locations. So you have 9 signs in there. And what that does is it prevents the lava from flowing down in, but the monster will fall all the way through but stand on it. And the reason why you want that is because if the iron golems, the monster, is at least 2 blocks high, they'll be standing down below is where their feet will be. But they'll still be taking damage from the lava at this level. So when their drops happen, the drops will not be in the lava, the drops will be below and will go into the hoppers. So now, what you do here is you put a lava at this corner, and in the opposite corner you put another lava, and that will then flow out and cover the entire thing. So that's the first part of this build. That's the kill mechanism. The next step we're going to go into is how to build the actual structure. The next step is to create the floor of the first layer. So from this point, water flows 8 blocks, and it's going to flow right up to the edge. So this block counts as 1, so we want 7 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what I do is I just do it on the center of each of these. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then once you have that done, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then you can fill in the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So basically this whole entire section needs to be filled in. So you would start off, for instance, building out and building out. Oh, here we go. And then filling in this square. And you do that with all of the squares. Now that the floor is done, you should have 8 blocks to the edge, from edge to edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on this side 8, and on this side 8, and this side 8. So there you have a floor. Okay, now we're going to work on the corners and the walls of the first layer. So on the corner, I want you to make a pattern like this. You put a block series like that right on top of the floor, and then outside that last block, go up 2, and then what I do is I always put like that. Okay, so that's just one corner. You do that in all the different corners. Okay, so see how I did that there? Okay. And then, once you have all the corners done, then you fill in the wall. And what I do is I go across, all the way across from one to the other. Now, when I go across here, I always make a mess. I always put a glowstone right in the center, with the center line of the hole. and then you put the other wall. And that's one side. And you do that with all of the other sides. Now that that's done, we're going to work on the walls for the upper layer. So what I do is, above where the glowstone is in the center, I put glass like that. Okay, and then on the corner, what I usually go put a block in that corner, and I go up 3, and then go over 2, and over 2. Okay, and I'll do this in the other corner. You want to do it in all corners, but just for the example here, you do this. Okay, and then what you do is you put in slabs going across like this. Okay, and then finally put the doors in for that wall. You should have 8 on one side of the glass and 8 on the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Okay, and then repeat that for the other walls. Now that we have the walls done for the upper layer, it's time to put the floor of the upper layer in. And the way I do that is I go onto the upper block of this glass block here, right in the middle. You put a block there. Now the water will flow 8 blocks. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now this should be right above that location right there where the water will go to. And now you just got to create a ring. So there's a 3 by 3 hole. Okay? So that's right above the other hole, and then you just fill that in for the entire layer. Okay? So let's do that. Now that the floor is in for the upper layer, we have to just do some final touches so that we can begin to put the water down. So what I do, and this is all up to taste, I put iron bars here, and that's to prevent water from flowing out, and then I put 3 blocks. So you do that on the corners. I'll do it over here just for a quick example. Okay, so you have that. Now with the water, and what you would do then is you would start doing the water. You put 1 water source on top of this block, okay, and it flows. It's great. Now on the water that are on the blocks, not up on the 3 blocks you have here, but on the regular one right against the edge, just put water sources. And then when you reach the other corner, put 1 up there. Now you can see, if you did it right and you have the right measurements, that it flows all the way down, right up to the edge. So what you need to do is to do that pattern on the other blocks and put the water in, and then down here, put the water in the same way, right on the top of the block and then this thing. So let's get that done. Okay, we're getting ready for the final part, which is the villagers. One thing I want to do though, just so for this example, you don't do this normally in a build. I'm going to put a block right in the center here. That way, when an iron golem spawns or one drops in, it won't fall in. So that way I can show you that it works when it happens. So right now we have all this thing is set up ready to go. Now it needs to form a village, and the village, it takes at least 10 villagers. So because we have 4 sides, we're going to make it 12 villagers. We need 3 per side. Once the village is formed, and because it has over 22 doors, I believe, is the number it needs, it will be at the right criteria for iron golems to spawn to create, protect the villages. So, what you do is, right below the glass, you put 3 blocks, and you put a space like this. We're making, in essence, a little hole to hold. See, that's a little 3 by 1 hole. Made it for the villagers. Now, however you get your villagers up there, that's up to you. If you have a villager breeder, or if you have, you go into a village and somehow coerce them to go into the iron farm, that's great. But you need 3 villagers in this side, and then you cover it up. Okay? And that's ready to go. Then we just do it for the other 3 sides. And now all 4 sections are done. So this has now formed a village, and the village should be ready to go, and it should start to spawn golems sometime soon. Not very fast. This is not a fast farm, but it's just a single farm by itself. The nice thing is that you could make more of these. As long as the villages are more than 64 blocks away, I believe, you can form a separate village. If you get them too close together, the villages will merge, and you don't want that. But for instance, you could have this as be a killing mechanism right here, and then you can go 64 blocks higher and make another one of these. And when they would fall through, they would go all the way down. I like to do that as like kind of like a column of 2 or 3 of these in a row, and they go in the same mechanism. You could put one really far away and have a water system that flows and pushes the golem into the section here and down. Whatever you want to do, as long as you maybe have a common way of killing them. So as you can see, it did already spawn a golem, and it's waiting to die. So I'm going to really get this going so you can see that it works. They drop in, and then what will happen is below, are they still burning? They will drop their drops, and the drops, as I've said, are poppies and iron bars, iron ingots. So they are. Here we go. We open up the chest, and we got some iron ingots and some poppies. And so that's it. That's really the system. That's the way it works. It's very easy, very easy. You can do this pretty much, except for the villagers. It's easy to build. So I want to say thank you for joining me today. I am Tinker77. If you like this video, please click the like button. Bye. There he goes. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you have any comments, put them in the comment section. And of course, if you like to subscribe to this video channel and be notified of any videos I produce, please do so. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.